Hi, it's Addie Kelser with Urban Fitness Twin Cities, and today we want to share with you a hamstring stretch series. So Keita is going to walk me through what I'm going to do to stretch out my hamstrings today, and you're going to need a TheraBand or a belt in order to help you do this. So any kind of stretch band or rope or even a towel will work. So I encourage you to roll out a mat or a towel and lie down and do these hamstring stretch series with us.
Okay, so you are going to start by lying down. If you have a TheraBand that's one of those really tight rolly ones with a handle on the end, I would suggest you put your foot through the handle instead of on the band, because the band can just kind of roll off your foot. So we're going to take your TheraBand, we're going to put over the ball of one of your feet, and you will do both sides. Probably just going to do one with Addie today, but you want to do both sides, otherwise you walk around like a peg leg pirate, because one side will be tighter than the other. So what you're going to do, most important, is that you get your knee straight and your foot flexed, even if your leg is down here. Yeah, it's most important that you get that knee straight and that foot flexed all the way. Then from there, you can go up only as high as you can keep that knee straight and that foot flexed. The reason is if you bend your knee or point your foot, you're losing some of the stretch through your calf and through your hamstrings. So the more you can flex and straighten your knee, the more you're going to stretch all the way down the back of your leg and maybe even into your butt. This other leg can either be knee bent, foot flat on the floor like I has it right now, or if this is a little too easy for you, you can take that leg and stretch it out along the ground. Yep. And then if you do that, I recommend trying to relax your quad, and you can even flex that foot and reach through the back of that heel if that's comfortable for you, but you just don't want to grip in the front of this leg. Now, any stretch you ever do, you have to hold it at least 30 seconds to improve in flexibility. So we've been here about 30 seconds. We're going to take both ends into your opposite hand as leg that is up. And you can play around with a little bit with this. Some of my clients prefer to do it in the same hand, but I like it in the opposite. And then we're going to move into the IT band. So you're going to take that leg across your body, but you're not going to let your hip lift off the floor. Her hip is solidly still on the floor, so the back of her hip is touching the floor. And you only go as far as you can feel stretch on the outside of your leg. If you want to increase the stretch, you're going to turn the bottom of your foot up towards the ceiling like you're going to stand on the ceiling. Feel it?
Yeah.
This is either everyone's favorite stretch or least favorite, but it's so good for you. So again, you want to hold this about 30 seconds. And when you've been there 30 seconds or even longer, honestly, I like to hold my stretches when I have time for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Because the longer you hold it, the more your muscles are going to release, and then they can maybe even go a little further. But that's how you improve in flexibility. If you hold it for less than 30 seconds, you're not going to gain any flexibility. So it has to be at least 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to come back up to center. So now we're going to move on to the inner thigh. You're going to switch hands again. Go ahead and put this hand on this hip. So you want to keep that hip on the ground and not let it twist. Same thing with this knee. You want to keep it, if it's bent, you want to keep it straight up towards the ceiling. You don't want to let it pull towards your leg that's up in the air. Now you're going to take it out to the side. You can even maybe turn that knee out away from this leg a little bit if that's more comfortable. But you really want to keep everything square. Yep. And then just let that open. Now, the more side you go, the more you're going to feel your inner thigh. You can also, depending on your flexibility, try and put a little bit up higher towards your shoulder, which will get a little bit more into your hamstring. Just make sure the top of that hip is relaxed. So you're not gripping your hip and pulling your hip up with your leg. You're keeping your hips level and even. And again, you want to try and stay here for about 30 seconds. Okay, bonus stretch, we're going to come back up to center. Now for this one, you are going to straighten this leg out. Now you're going to keep your opposite shoulder, or same shoulder as leg that's up, sorry, on the floor. And you're going to take that leg all the way across and just let that hip lift off the ground. Yep, so switch hands for me. Take it in the other hand. Yep. And then you're gonna let it twist. And this gets into your back. So be careful if you have any restrictions on twisting, be careful with this one. But this is a nice one to get into your low back, back of your hip area. so just a bonus back stretch at the end.
I have a question. Can this leg fall out to the side?
Yes,
As well?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And this is the one where your hip can come up off the ground. All the rest of them, you want to keep both hips firmly on the ground.
But my opposite shoulder is
Yes, the
still
more you
down.
can keep that shoulder on the ground, the better a twist you're going to get. And depending on your flexibility, your leg may not get all the way to the floor, or you may not be able to completely keep your shoulder to the ground.
Wonderful. That actually did feel like it loosened up even in
Good.
that amount of time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let us know if you tried these exercises and noticed just feeling more bendy and flexible in your movements. And don't forget to do the other side.